Oh, yeah, like actual legit channel announcements. We're on a different channel now. Stuff happened.
This is old news by the time you see this video.
Yeah, by the time you see this video, it'll be incredibly old news.
It will be.
But this gives you a time frame. Some files got lost, and so we were unable to resecure our channel, which means that we have to switch to a new channel. So please like and subscribe this channel that this video is on, because we appreciate that a lot.
And it's not going to go anywhere.
You can click here, 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 or here to pause the video. Look for that red subscribe button, use some clicky magic, and turn it gray.
Or, conversely, you can click on his dick, and that'll automatically subscribe you to the channel. Click, click.
Really? You're gonna...
Ooh, there's one.
Why not?
Sorry.
Why not?
Also, if you preferred the boobs, Sharon, if you would please.
Use your subscription
It's gonna be
tits!
like this little tiny annotation bar.
If enough people
can
like and
also-
subscribe, Sharon might not look so sour the next time she's asked this question.
Exactly.
Oh, there
So,
she goes.
there you go. You may also click on her tits. We are equal opportunity clickers.
The button should say begrudging tits.
I can do that.
Or sour tits.
Sour tits.
One should be
But
sweet,
they're
one should
not
be sour.
sour, right?
You got the sweet dick and you got the
got
sour
good
tits.
They're you just didn't want to, wave them at the internet so quickly. So begrudging is a better adjective.
I suppose. You said my expression wouldn't be as sour, so that's fine.
Well, it's sour. It's sour faced.
Well-
It didn't make your tits sad.
Considering my dick's already
Might
out there
have.
on the internet in action, I don't really care.
I know
Alright.
you don't care.
So,
20 points for whoever can actually find the porn I did. Ha, ha.
now back to our regularly scheduled programming, wherein, when last we left our clandestine agents, a conversation was happening with Suede,
Oh, Lord.
between Suede and Vanessa. No,
Veronica.
you're
No.
Vanessa. You're Veronica. Between
Quick,
Suede
someone
and
else choose
Veronica.
another female V name.
Victoria.
Damn it.
I do have an open primum.
Damn it.
I do too.
While
actually.
simultaneously, a conversation between Murata and Nikki will be happening elsewhere. And theoretically, a third conversation between Mathers and...
Yeah.
No. Yes, that will be later, but with Mathers, I forgot about something that happens in the interim. Theoretically, at the same time, a third conversation between Mathers and Vanessa.
Victoria.
Fuck off. I almost said your demon name, actually, and I was like, that's not true.
It's true. I have never given anyone my demon name.
Between Mathers, Vanessa, and a werewolf pack.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta talk. Oh, yeah.
Will
This'll
also
be-
be happening. Followed then by a conversation with Mathers and Nero.
Oh, it's gonna be an exciting day.
This is going to be a very exciting day.
Exciting talkie day. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. So cool.
And there's probably going to be a cut there. Or I'm hoping that there'll be a cut there. Now, in other news, as we get closer to the end, we have significantly veered from where I thought we were going, and that's my fault, because I chose the avenue of more drama. I got inspired and I fucking ran with it, but now the ending that I had in mind doesn't really work with everything else, so I have to wrap that back into what we have now at the end of the game session, which is why all the conversations are happening here. Yes.
I would like to make a proposal to the group.
Yes.
In light of first discussions in the game where clandestine activity within the group was frowned upon. So in full disclosure, in thinking about the upcoming events that we're getting, I see a very clear action that I want to take as my character, as I built him, would want to take. And that is, I see this god machine coming in, and I see a gun that was used before to get it out. So I want to try and push the supernatural groups that we have in here to make a new vigil, as we're learning about, right? And use them to do that. At the same time, I want to sneak the fuck out of the God Machine's infrastructure that's putting there and steal it.
Yeah.
That is my vision of hell. If you guys haven't picked that up.
I thought our plan was to do that and change, but before they fire, we subvert the infrastructure at
Yeah.
the hill so that we have our own Aether batteries.
Yeah, so basically that's part of what happens. I'm just giving you the broad strokes of what I want what I see my characters wanting to do. And to at this point, because this is the point where we see the enemy coming, we see our pieces that we have been setting ourselves up into through happenstance or through actual interest. So I see ourselves being able to take a large portion of what's going on if we focus and check really closely on the resources we have gathered. We can come together as a team. I think it's about time we make a plan that actually not detailed, but enough that we can go, these are steps that we're going to take to try and subvert the God Machine coming in.
I am, as a player, totally okay with that.
Okay.
My demon, however, hates the God Machine, and that's the only problem.
Okay. Would drama between our characters be acceptable to you because I want to subvert and you want to destroy, correct?
Yes.
So, would drama between our two characters be acceptable in the game?
There is
or would
one
you like
drawback to your character concept, though, is your character, as a demon, would fully be cognizant and aware that some level of subverted infrastructure is necessary for your continued use.
But she has some of that.
Yeah, sure, she's got it. That's why
So she
allowed
doesn't
Ember
need
Hill.
to subvert the incoming infrastructure.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is just finishing subverting...
I'm all for the hill being subverted. I also want to subvert the shit that's going down on.
Okay.
At both areas wherever I see the God Machine, my character's desire is to take.
Because depending on what the other one is, we can subvert that one into actually protecting a cities for demons.
Yeah.
And that's where I would have the problem.
Yeah.
That's where my character would have the problem.
Would you like to have some in-game between character drama, or would you like to adjust the plan?
No, I'm totally fine with in character drama. That's
I'm not saying it's probably not going to come to blows, right? But
I wouldn't think so. No.
I challenge you to a duel.
The duel. That's dumb.
Duel.
I'm not built to do that.
Yeah, let's take this down to fisticuffs.
Let's do some fisticuffs.
Her and I like the two talkie guys would be like, and she would just
Ah, your words, they cut me deeply.
yeah, and she would just, come
Punch
up
him.
and I'd be like, what do you think of your mother? And she would cry and still beat the crap out of me, and I wouldn't win. I need several hours before I can make her putty in my hand, but she's not going to give me that with fists.
Yep.
That's true.
And even me going loud, she just gets
Fingers
to
on your
respond by
fists.
going loud, and then she's at equal power level. And
Swooshed.
So, no, I don't have a problem with subverting Ember Hill because obviously my demon has now recognized that it's part of hers.
but your goal is to now remove the remaining
Yes.
infrastructure from being.
Yes. Once my character doesn't completely grasp that the other one is going to be direct God Machine stuff, but when she does realize that, her goal will be to destroy it.
Okay.
That's actually
And
part of the reason.
I'm fine with it. Fine
That's-
with the drama between that.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
part of the reason she immediately, her first thought was, blow up Ashford Heights. It was infrastructure. She was wrong, it wasn't God Machine, but it was infrastructure. It needed to go.
It didn't want to die, but at the same time, it didn't want to remain on our existence. So it was at a catch-22. So it was kind of weird when it thanked me.
Okay. So that's the broad strokes plan. Thank you. Do you have any thoughts about it?
I think it would be safer just to destroy the incoming infrastructure, and that's probably what my character is going to propose.
So we kind of have. So we'll have kind of the great divide because both of us want to subvert.
Actually, I'm fine with subverting it or destroying it, as long as the destruction process, I get to take notes, so that I can actually start looking into research on how we as demons can actually create our own infrastructure.
So I'm seeing
Either
So
way,
we
we'll
got
have-
a good
There's a
50.
great-
We've got a good couch versus couch drama. That'll be nice.
you guys are the furthest opposed. We're right here in the middle.
Yeah.
With me leaning more towards her for completely different reasons, and him leaning more towards you for completely different
Yeah.
reasons.
So we got some good inner player drama. That'll be good for discussions.
And as always, just to put this out there, as with any of my groups, if at any point the scene becomes too heated, you are more than welcome to call a timeout. The scene stops, we move on to something else, or people get up and take time away. That's totally fine. It's a thing. It happens. Some of the best role playing I've ever had in a LARP was where I'm literally screaming at someone else, and they're literally screaming back, and it was phenomenal.
All right.
But part of what made that okay was that we both knew that we could call a timeout and step away from it if it got too real.
Okay. So next, I wanted to talk a little bit about, since what we're doing right now is we are all gathering resources that we have gained in the game. At this point, so we're gathering our pieces. As good spy network people,
Pulling
we're pulling some serious strings. We're pulling serious water in this town, all of us.
Yeah.
So now as we're gathering resources, I think it's important that we talk as a group about, as we discover how each of these resources are, how we can best use them as a group, so that we're communicating with each other. I know I have no prior experience with Sway, right? I know some of you guys have played and know this NPC.
I don't. So you.
Yeah, so you and I are on the same page. I know she is. I know. I can recognize certain things about the way Dennis has written up the character. I can recognize them just from the archetypes. What I'm looking at is, so I've got these favors from Swade. I was going to use the first one to basically make her have a non-disclosure agreement with me, that she can't reveal the nature of our ring. I was then going to, I don't know if I'm going to have to use a favor for this one or not, but I want to try and essentially my character is deemed Mr. True is deemed Vivian as his envoy to the mages, and a burnable asset at that point, from previous experience with Father Israel.
I haven't read it.
I have not. So I would like to try and get a conference with the powerful Magi in Acidus, and attempt to make them set up the vigil, right? As a unit, and therefore trying to use the Magi as that pawn piece to move against the God Machine, or at least build a defense against what the God Machine is going to huck at it, right? In assumption with the prophecy, if I'm interpreting this correctly, is that the God Machine, from what I interpret, is the God Machine is making a move on whatever is down here that the Vigil is protecting.
Yeah. My thoughts on that are, my plans to go to the Free Council lady. Murata, not Miranda. Is I have no particular ace in the holes over her, and I'm not going to be able to explain to her what the problem is and why I know about it without showing some of my hands, basically almost all of my cards. So our secret, or at least my secret of being a demon, is going to be spilled as soon as I go to her and say, I need your help to remove God. So you might not want to burn a favor on the non-disclosure.
As a bridge, right? We could, because isn't there a little friction between the Free Council and the rest of the mages? We can broker a talk about a greater threat. So you could play the card that I did when I first met Swade and say, I work for a powerful entity that you guys know as blah, right? And do that thing, which is what I did.
Okay.
It was when they noticed that Nox's bizarre spirit mask thing that he wears. When that got kind of picked up on, it was Vivian came and said, "I work for that thing. You guys don't know what that thing is, but I work for it." Right.
And that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters. And you can do something similar.
Okay.
And then I could still use Vivian as the ring's face to the mages.
Okay.
Without jeopardizing the rest of your guys' cover.
Alright.
And that would also trigger my vice. Because I'm doing selfish things. Selfless things.
So yeah, and then I'll be the representative to the Free Council since I'm apparently.
You would be the human face.
For-
Like, I'm coming here talking to you. I'm going to be the demon that stands before them and says, I am from the ring.
Okay.
And that sort of thing. And then that way you maintain your cover, right? And all they see is you're part of the network.
Yeah.
Right? And that's low priority as opposed to...
Yeah.
This is actually a demon.
Yeah.
No, she's just part of this demon's network. We don't know if she's a demon or not.
Yeah.
She
Unless
could
you
just
would
be...
like to be a representative to the super.
Unless you would also like to. I'm proposing to you to this as if that's something you want.
It's a catch-22 if I am or am not, because part of my job is to make sure we're not stepping on other supernatural's toes. So if they know who I am, it could make my job easier, and if they know who I am, it can make my job more difficult.
I would say no on that because I think it would be easier to have you subverting from the shadows.
And I much more prefer you being the mysterious spirit thing that they don't know what the fuck is.
Yeah.
I also,
That's really fun.
if you would prefer, can be outed as a demon because I'm famous and you really wanted more covert spycraft.
And I did. See, one of the bonuses for me mechanically is I've got 2 of the premium dots that I can fill with cover.
Okay.
So that's why I say it's like Vivian is now. I'm moving Vivian in my mind as the cover that is moving into the position that it's not going to be in anymore. Like as soon as my work with the mages is done, if I deem that relationship is done, Vivian's cover will burn.
Okay.
I have no passion for my suits.
Okay.
Go loud!
And that's what she's there for. Is like
Go
then I have
loud, go
Vivian
home.
in my pocket to go loud.
As a reminder of the rules, by the way, anytime you acquire a new cover, either you solidify a patchwork or you acquire a soul pack, you can choose to burn an old cover without effect.
Oh, there you go.
So if you get another one, you can choose to replace Vivian with the new one.
Yeah. So
As far as holding premium dots, or as far as holding as many covers as your premium dots, that was the rule in the book. I added the extra one that you could build while you were working on another premium.
So that is my intention with the whole remaining in secrecy. Is right now I feel like I need to make a move.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm in a great position. And since I've already took my hand in the previous video, this is kind of the things I've been thinking about in the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it's up to you on how much you want to stand in the limelight. We could all stand in the limelight if that is what you want. It's not necessary. My character is stepping in cover out to do this.
All right.
And like I said, because this is my character's vision of hell. It's like what he wants is to literally rip something from the God Machine and make it his own.
What did you just think of?
Are you sure you want to know?
Yes.
Yeah.
A werewolf cult.
No. Can't do, sorry.
Packs with werewolves are goofy.
I was thinking of making a pact with the werewolves.
No.
But
Yeah.
utilizing
Contract, yes.
utilizing the werewolves will be great for the thing. So that's what I wanted to say about the current situation. Does anyone have any qualms about me using Suede as the inroads to the major magic council? Okay, and then you can make a decision as your character would on how much you want to disclose to not Miranda.
Murata.
Sorry, it's gonna be not Miranda for a while.
It's